Hello and welcome to No Nonsense Metal Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at what I consider to be one of the crucial American heavy metal debut albums of all time. Right up there with March of the Saints and Sirens. I am of course talking about the debut self-titled album from Iced Earth. A little bit of a touchy subject at the minute, of course, following John Schaefer, frontman, or founding member, I should say, of Iced Earth, making some rather public, silly life choices a few months ago. But we're not gonna focus on John Schaefer's poor judgment. We're gonna focus on the album, Iced Earth. So originally released in 1990, this is actually the 30th anniversary remixed and remastered version of the album. It came out, I think it was December 2020. So essentially, it's all the same album, all the same tracks. There's no bonus material. It does come in this rather nice little digibook, digipack form, which is always nice. I'm a fan of the digis. It's just been remixed and remastered. So compared to this version, why have I got two copies? You may ask, you may wonder. Well, I'm a collector, so that's just what we do. And I love this album, so I kind of want to hear it the best sounding that I can. Okay, fair enough. This sounds miles apart. This sounds brilliant. I think in comparison to the sound of this album, it really, really brings it out. It's really, the songs actually, they sound different. The whole album has actually got this far grander sound now that it's been remastered. I think it was by Zeus. Yeah, it was. Summer 2020. It sounds completely different. And although this album may not have reached the acclaim of some of Iced Earth's later albums, or even Night of the Storm Rider, Dark Saga, Something Wicked, that succession of albums, this sounds so much better now. So much better. There was actually a lot of things that really let that first album down, in my opinion. The standard version, there was a lot of things about it. It just didn't flow as well. The instrumental sections weren't as prominent. The guitar tone wasn't as crunchy as it is here, and it's just a bowl of cereal crunch fest. So members have not exactly been consistent in Iced Earth. However, we've got John Schaefer, a rhythm guitarist, the founding member, Randy Shorver, lead guitars, Gene Adam on vocals, Dave Abell, bass guitar, Mike McGill on drums. The only thing that really, in my opinion, lets this album down, and I think a lot of fans actually kind of share that sentiment, that Adam, was his name Adam? I've actually completely forgotten in a few seconds. Gene Adam. I'm not a fan of his vocals. I'm not a fan. In fact, the versions of some of the tracks from this album that you do get on the Alive in Athens box set, of course, you've got Barlow on vocals, are the best versions that you will hear. And I think they also re-recorded a few, I think of Days of Purgatory, re-recorded a few tracks. So this is the best that you're going to hear these songs with Gene on vocals. Let's take a look at some of the tracks though. I mean, Iced Earth, still a live essential. Pretty cool bit of artwork on the back there. Little artsy track list around there. Yeah, Iced Earth, amazing track. A classic, absolute ripper of a track. Heavy as you like. Written on the Walls. What a superb track. It's very, it's got a lot of intricate sort of leads, guitar work. Really well done, really well structured, and with the remasters, it just sounds fantastic. bass tone on this whole album is a lot more prominent, which is really good. The riffs, it sounds so much better than on the previous version. I would definitely say that this album, the remastered version, is actually kind of like shot up in my ranking of the albums of Iced Earth, definitely. Crunchy riffs, just absolutely everywhere. Colours, thrashy, really great track. Curse the Sky, heavy metal, very Maiden-esque, definitely. Sort of shredding everywhere. Life and Death, very atmospheric track. It's got a big sort of atmosphere to it. It's quite it's got quite a melancholic sort of intro. Some ominous bell tolls. If you want to make a song moody and dark, chuck in some tolling bells. Sabbath taught us all well. Shredding, amazing solos. You got interesting back-to-back kind of instrumentals with Solitude and Funeral. Solitude is a sort of an acoustic. It's really quite a chillingly atmospheric track. Beautifully done, brilliant track. And then you've got this awesome sort of, there is spoken words in there, but this awesome, heavy, dark, sort of this epic musical journey through Funeral. A moody track. It's really good. It reminds me, and quite a lot of this album actually reminds me of that very grand sound that you get on sort of Metallica's Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning as well. Even as far as And Justice for All, they've got these sort of this big, bold, epic sound to it. It's sort of grand. It's very full. It's a very full sound, and you've got that on this version here, and it sounds American metal, obviously of the time, 1990, but it's so much better here. Stand Out for me is one of my favourite tracks, Iced Earth tracks altogether, is the closing track, When the Night Falls. It's a brilliant number. It really is. It's got this sort of really chilling atmosphere to it. It's a moody album, and it's a moody song. It's very Maiden-esque, sort of epic heavy metal. Huge sound. It really is. There's some great synths in there as well, and the riffs. I mean, you can say what you like about John Schaefer and his questionable decisions, very questionable decisions in recent times, but he is a master of the riffs. He is freaking awesome. And the whole band, actually, all the instrumentals as a whole, I should say, sound considerably better on here than on the previous version. And although I like this, it's still the same songs, this does them justice. So go for this instead of that. Definitely. They're both on Spotify. You can hear the difference for yourselves. Yeah. Overall, miles ahead. If you like Iced Earth, if you like good traditional heavy metal with a bit more of a thrash aggression to it, if you like, I would say bands like Testament, Metallica, Maiden, fantastic. You're going to feel right at home here. Top-notch album. Top-notch. So, yeah. Check it out. Thanks for watching. Check back. Still working through mountains of reviews. So, yeah. Thanks.